Greetings of the day. Till the last video of business finance, we have seen the numerical questions of working capital management. From this video, we will start with our unit number 4, that is debtors and creditors management and its related numerical. The exercise sheet or worksheet related to the working capital management would be available in your drive. You can practice those questions so that you could have clear understanding related to the questions or queries of working capital management. So now we will start with debtors and creditors management, which is our unit number 4. From this video we will learning unit number 4. So with related to debtors and creditors management, we have to see various aspects of debtors and creditors. Till now we have only known few aspects of debtors and creditors management. For example, what are debtors? They are the person or the customers to whom we have allowed credit period, but we have never gone beyond that. What is the average collection period or what is debtors management? Similarly for creditors are the person from whom we have purchased raw material on credit. This was it what we have learned till now. Now in this chapter we will see how debtors turnover ratio or creditors turnover ratio is calculated, what is debtors or creditors velocity, how the credit period is determined by the companies or firms in the businesses. We will start with the very first numerical. Again, the question or the numerical is attached in the link of the video. You can refer it and we will discuss the solution in this particular video. The question says that we have to calculate debtors turnover ratio, average collection period, creditors turnover ratio and average payment period. Before going to there, we would first of all see what is debtors turnover ratio. It is just credit sales divided by debtors plus bills receivable, whereas average collection period, also known as debtors velocity, is debtors plus bills receivable into period. That is, it can be 12 months or 365 days or any kind of number of days which are being mentioned in the problem, divided by credit sales. Another formula which can be used to calculate debtors velocity can be 12 months or 365 days divided by debtors turnover ratio. Similar formula is used for creditors also. The formula for creditor turnover ratio is credit purchase divided by creditors plus bills payable, whereas average collection period, also known as creditors velocity, is equals to creditors plus bills payable into again 12 months or 365 days divided by credit purchase. Another formula for calculation of creditors velocity can be 12 months or 365 days divided by creditors turnover ratio. Moving to the question number 1. Question says that a company has a total purchase of 8 lakh with cash purchases of 1,20,000, purchase return of 25,000, creditors at the end would amounted to rupees 1,20,000, whereas bills payable at the end are 35,000, and reserve for discount on creditors is created for rupees 5,000. Similarly, total sales amounted to rupees 10 lakh, whereas cash sale was 2,50,000 and sales return was of rupees 75,000. Debtors amounted to rupees 1,25,000 and bills receivable was 50,000. We are required to calculate all these 4 items. But before moving to calculation of debtors turnover ratio, we would need credit sales, and for that purpose we have to calculate first of all credit sales. So we can calculate credit sales is equals to total sales minus cash sale minus sales return. This would be the formula which we would use for the purpose of calculation of credit sales. Our total sale amounted to rupees 10 lakh, so we would write 10 lakh minus cash sale was of rupees 2,50,000, whereas sales return was of rupees 75,000. 75,000. Hence 10 lakh minus 2,50,000 minus 75,000 is equals to 6 lakh 75,000. 6 lakh 75,000. This is our credit sales. Similarly, we would make another working note with related to the what we can say credit purchase. Because it would be required to us for the purpose of the calculation in the further part. Hence, credit purchase is equals to total purchase minus cash purchases minus purchase return. Purchase return. What is our, what we can say, total purchases? It amounted to rupees 8 lakh minus cash purchases was given for rupees 1,20,000. 1,20,000 and what we can say purchase return was of rupees 25,000. Hence, our total credit purchase would amount to rupees 6,55,000. 6,55,000. Another thing which is given in the question which we would need to prepare is for the creditors. As there is reserve for discount is given in the question, we would need to calculate net creditors. Net creditors is equals to creditors minus reserve for discount on creditors. Reserve for discount on creditors. Our total creditors amounted to rupees 1,20,000 minus discount reserve was for 5,000. Hence, our net creditors amounted to rupees 1,15,000. 1,15,000. Now, with the help of all this information, we can now easily calculate all the information which is asked in the question. So, we will start with the debtors turnover ratio. What was the formula for calculation of debtors turnover ratio? Credit sales, which we have calculated to amount of rupees 6,75,000 divided by debtors plus bills receivable. Debtors was amounted to rupees 1,25,000 plus bills receivable amounted to rupees 50,050. That is 6,75,000 divided by 1,75,000 is equals to 3.86 times. 3.86 times. Now moving to second one, that is average collection period or debtors velocity is equals to debtors plus bills receivable into the period, whatever what we can say is given in the question. It can be days, it can be weeks, or it can be months, divided by credit sales. So debtors were amounted to rupees 1,25,000 plus bills receivable 50,000 into, in question it was given that 1 year is equals to 365 days. Therefore, we would take 365 days divided by credit sales. We have calculated 6,75,000 is equals to 1,75,000 into 365 divided by 6,75,000 is equals to 95 days. 95 days. This was for the calculation of average collection period. Now we can also use second formula, that is 365 days divided by debtors turnover ratio, that was 3.86 times for the purpose of calculation of average collection period. So we can see that again the answer is same, that is 95 days. 95 days. Now we will move towards the calculation of next thing, that would be creditors turnover ratio. Creditors turnover ratio. We can start by the formula, that is credit purchase divided by creditors plus bills payable. Creditors plus bills payable. Here what we have calculated our credit purchase amounted to rupees 6,55,000 divided by creditors. We have calculated again net creditors amounted to rupees 1,15,000 plus bills payable. It is given in the question, they amounted to rupees 35,000 is equals to 6,55,000 divided by 1,50,000 150 is equals to, again 6,55,000 divided by 1,50,000 is equals to 4.37 times. 4.37 times. Now we have to calculate second thing, that is average payment period, or it is also known as creditors velocity. The formula is creditors plus bills payable into 365 days divided by credit purchase. Creditors amounted to rupees 1,50,000 as we have calculated in working notes, plus bills payable was of rupees 35,000. As question says that there are 365 days in 1 year, hence we have taken the value as 365 divided by 6,55,000 is equals to 1,50,000 150 into 365 divided by 6,55,000. 1,50,000 into 365 divided by 6,55,000 is equals to 84 days. 84 days. This was average payment period, or we can also call it as creditors velocity. Now we will calculate the last part, that is reaffirmation of the formula for creditors velocity. The formula says that 365 days divided by creditors turnover ratio. Here 365 divided by creditors turnover ratio was 4.37 times. Therefore 365 divided by 4.37 again is equals to 84 days. 84 days. So this was it for the debtors turnover ratio, debtors velocity, creditors turnover ratio and creditors velocity. First of all, we will see what we have to do. We have to calculate credit purchase as well as credit sales. If some discount portion is given on debtors or creditors, we have to calculate net debtors or net creditors. This was it what we have done in this question. Then we have put the values in the respective formula, and we have also checked that whether we use formula A for debtors velocity or formula B, both would give same result to us. We have seen in the debtors also, and we have seen in the creditors velocity also. So this was it for this question. In the next video, we will start for the, what we can say, the calculation how company decides to have their respective credit policy with respect to debtors and creditors. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you.